a number of more questions than we have time. So I'll ask the first question, and we'll begin with Mr. Mangarelli, and just continue in the same order, and now we'll have 1 minute for answer. Do you support the closing of the present school facilities? If so, which ones? And why that particular school?
I thought this might come up. I do believe that we need to right-size our district. I think that because of declining enrollment, we have more facilities out there in use than we need. So I think we need to get creative and figure out how to, unfortunately, close some schools. One of the schools that my kids go to likely would be closed, and that's Washington. Washington has a great blended learning program, and my kids benefit from that tremendously. So I think I would be in favor of closing possibly one elementary, one middle school, putting 7th and 8th grade in one middle school, and then having the remaining elementaries go to K through 6. I don't know exactly which ones. I don't really have enough information to make that determination at this time. Maybe that's a cop-out, and I apologize. But I would say that there are some smaller elementary schools that probably need to be considered to be closed. But I just want to make sure that we consider the students and their achievement and what's best for them, as well as the families who's our constituents, that we need to make sure that we make these wise choices with families in mind so they don't leave the district.
I couldn't honestly say what schools to be closed because there's not been any reliable analysis done. And it gets back to the best value, providing the student with the best education without running into the red, becoming insolvent. Something's going to have to be done, but what's done isn't, I can't tell you, because I can't sit down and look at information that leads to any informed decision. So our backs are against the wall. They want all this stuff done by October and November, and they want to go out and close stuff up. And I can't say which one to close. And I don't know if anyone in here can give me an analysis of showing me why they came to that decision. There has to be criteria, and there has to be an analysis done and reports made. So the bottom line is that I don't know the answer to what schools to close, and I think it's premature to be closing it. Thank you.
Well, a lot of work has been going into thinking about it, analyzing our capacity in the schools. We will have to look at 1 or 2 elementary schools because of capacity issues. There are a lot of seats available in some of our schools, so we are looking at 1 or 2 elementary schools. We are looking at a middle school. Combining is a good idea, combining 7th and 8th grade at one middle school, going K-6 through the elementaries at the remaining elementary schools. But we are going to have an opportunity to present this to the public, have public input. We are taking longer. I was under the impression initially that it would happen this month, but I'm very happy to say that we'll have October and November to discuss it, to listen a little bit more. Our district leadership team has been working on this, analyzing the data. Our district leadership committee, which is composed of elementary educators, middle school educators, high school educators, and district leadership team members have been involved in analyzing data, going through a myriad of options, but 1 or 2 elementaries will be affected, 1 middle school will be affected, I think, at this point in time. Thank you.
Well, again, we're in a position that we shouldn't have had to be in. Had the governing board and the administration been paying attention and realizing that we were going to lose students, that we had surplus facilities, these decisions could have been made much earlier. But I think the question was very specific, so let me give you a very specific answer. I've already mentioned closing Discovery Gardens. Now that's a very small facility and that's not going to get us where we need to go. But there will be some savings from closing Discovery Gardens. I think we should sell the Dexter School. I don't know why it hasn't been sold. We haven't been using it as a district school for several years. It needs to be sold. It should have been sold a long time ago. There'll be revenue from that. I think it's a couple of $1 million. I'm not sure what the exact price is going to be, but it's going to be somewhere in that neighborhood. With respect to the existing facilities, obviously we're going to have to downsize. Right? That's just an inevitability. We have lost a lot of students. We're going to lose a lot more students. I don't know, as Mr. Lamerson says it, because we haven't done a study, I don't know which facility needs to be closed, but I am open to closing any facility with proper consultation with parents and families. Obviously, the school we choose to close should be the school that optimizes savings. Thank you.